Okay, so thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to be part of this session. Just to give a brief about KPMG, my name is Ankush Saxena. I am an associate partner with KPMG, and I lead the transportation and logistics practice of KPMG. For last 20 years now, and as I say, I've been eating, drinking, sleeping, transportation. That's the passion I have for this particular sector. So what we have done is that we have divided this. I think first of all, it's important to understand what is augmented intelligence. The topic is augmented intelligence, the next level of diversity for maritime leadership. I was just wondering, we have heard the words like IoTs, sensors, blockchain, artificial intelligence. In ports we call smart ports also. But now this new buzzword, which is augmented intelligence. I'm not sure how many of us really understand what is augmented intelligence. So what I thought, let me just explain it to you in a very simple manner. When it's not human versus machines. It's human with machines, human with IT. So that's how augmented intelligence would be. Let me give an example also here. Let's say there is a vessel or there's a ship which is ready to sail. It has state-of-the-art navigation software which can tell you the weather, rainfall, how much is the depth of the water, what is the route, etc. But you are ready to sail, but it is the captain of the ship who takes the final call depending on the crew conditions, the fatigue, the safety, the traffic. So when humans and machine work together, it is called an augmented intelligence. The second part is, why do we need augmented intelligence? It's a very complex scenario. We are sitting in India. India is now approximately a 4 trillion, economy which is there, and soon we are going to be 7 or 10 trillion dollars. I think it is important for us to really understand, how do we reach that kind of number? And, from, augmented intelligence perspective, if we have, it's a blend of human experience, human intuition, it is a blend of digital systems, digital intelligence, and how we can have inclusive leadership thinking, which is the third angle to it. If all these things come together, I think that will make this complex subject more simple to understand. Without taking much time, maybe now I'll move on to my fellow panelists and maybe ask some questions to them. Dhruv and Maha, what I really want to understand from you is, how is augmented intelligence changing maritime industry, and how do we foresee changes specifically on board vessels? So maybe, your perspective.
Thanks. This is one of the most favorite topics these days, how AI can actually change, how AI can make a difference in the maritime industry. Obviously, we all know, we are using artificial intelligence in our day-to-day lives now, but what changes do we foresee on board vessels? And one of the first things, being a seafarer myself, one of the first things that I feel would be changed in would be the way we get data on the ships, right? So data was always a big problem in the maritime industry, not just on board vessels. But case in point, there is a problem with the engine. There is a problem with some machinery, right? You don't have to now go through all the manuals and figure out where is that point, I mean the troubleshooting manual, right? Where you can find out that the part A tells me that this is the problem that is happening, and I have to do these steps. You can just tell all these manuals would be fed into the database. The database is connected to your, chat GPT, and you just ask chat GPT that these are the issues that I'm facing, and basis that, from your database, chat GPT will provide a solution. The possible causes of the downtime and the possible solutions to this. So this is something that I foresee happening on the ship a lot, but we are actually at the cusp of digitalization when it comes to AI. Not everybody is sure, how it's going to change things at sea, but sure, yes, definitely. As I said, data was one of the, you asked any company how much money are they spending on a particular category, or, what's been their downtime. Downtime, for sure, they would know because it's a small number. But if you go into details and ask companies about procurement, QHSE, statistics, data, they will not know it. Or if they have it, they will take time to figure out that part. So when it comes to procurement, I can say from my personal experience also running a company called ShipsKart, which is a digital procurement platform that you can use chatbots now to make requisitions. You can have the purchasers in the organization who can use ChatGPT to their advantages, telling them, AI telling them whether this is, the price is as per the average market price or not. So many data analytics, you want to check vendor comparisons and say how much this vendor has increased the price in the last 6 months for how many products. Show me all that. So a lot of this has been incorporated now, and I think in the next 6 to 8 months, you will see a lot of these things, at the ground level, where companies you'll be able to utilize these features, because as I said, that it's very, artificial intelligence is very new right now, especially in the maritime industry. How people want to use it, they are still exploring ways, but in the next 6 to 8 months, you will see a lot of things at the ground level.
Just like what Captain Dhruv just spoke about, it's all about information and how that information is used in the maritime industry. Now, maritime industry is a very vast industry. We are talking about different areas, different sectors that come into maritime industry. That now we are talking about IT. What I noticed today is this topic has been already covered as a small portion in different other sessions that has been happening today. It was there, a part of it was discussed in the innovative through empowerment, and then also under the boardroom diversity. All of them spoke about augmented intelligence and how this is being used. Now, exactly like what Ankush said, it's a hybrid between human interaction and the data, artificial intelligence. Maritime industry historically is all about experience, and how this experience, each individual's experience, the access to this information, the data that we have, it was limited once upon a time. Now we have it more and more, and how this data is being used in a day-to-day operations of any organization, be it a logistics company, be it a freight forwarders, be it it could be a ship owner, it could be an insurance industry. Now, I'm coming from an insurance industry. If you ask me from information such as a location of the ship, to what the history of the ship, what is the flag of the ship, what is the cargo that it was carrying, that it had carried earlier. This data is important for all of us, from an underwriter to every other person that is involved. This information is easily now available, which was not available earlier to this extent. Data verification, that's what we do. Then comes the next point, which is documentations. When a ship is moving from one port to another, the easiest and fastest way that we can actually provide these documentations for different purposes, that includes cargo documentations, that includes ship documentations. All of this has been automated now. And the industries, the different sectors that use these paperwork, these documents, use of drones use of drones in ports that was discussed in earlier one of the sessions. All of these are how augmented intelligence is now being used in the industry.
Thank you so much, Maha and Dhruv, for your perspective. I think we touched upon what, we touched upon why, we touched upon how. Now, when is the next question which is there? So, one important perspective is, specifically when the augmented intelligence will come, what about the job security of the current, current people who are there? So, my question is, with the advent of augmented intelligence, will show people or, the people who are associated with this industry be able to keep their jobs? How do you think the entire job scenario is going to, take shape?
So you see these days, you go open the newspaper and you'll see that Microsoft has laid up 30,000 people. Same with all the other companies, right? Infosys, TCS. So for sure, a lot of these jobs have been taken over by by the AI algorithms. As I said, that we are very new in this, in the maritime industry at least. It's very new. In 6 months to 1 year, you'll see it shape up. You will see how people get acclimatized to using AI for their day-to-day task. But I don't see that there would be job cuts. But I think that you will not have big teams now, right? So there will be no new hirings, I feel. Yes, a lot of the work that happens in the maritime industry is very operational centric. So you need to have humans write emails, you will have humans, make phone calls. But as I said, that a lot of this would be when it comes to procurement, QHSE, other data analyst, all these jobs would be taken up by the AI agents. And I also foresee a lot of changes happening in the crewing, right? See, AI algorithms work only, they work well only when you have good data coming to you. If you put in garbage, you'll get garbage out, right? Garbage in, garbage out. So the system has to work properly if the correct data is fed into the system. So I foresee that in crewing, in what she's doing, not insurance, but but chartering, AI would come in a big way. So earlier people were making phone calls and sending emails to fix up a ship. Now with AI, you'll see that AI algorithms will tell you that this ship actually would be able to carry this cargo from this port to that port. All of this will work if the data is fed into the system. But at least for the next 1.5 years, I feel that you will see a lot of changes at the ground level. But we'll have to wait and watch. Too soon to say. But still, I still feel that there would be not too many people hired 6 to 8 months down the line.
Maha, your perspective, because specifically you are working in the insurance part of it, so.
Job cuts, if you ask me, maritime industry again, the marine industry is a very unique industry. It's people's industry, it's people interaction. Operational level and the admin level, yes, you will find changes. It would be more of making processes simplified. But certain skills, there are certain skill sets, experiences that can never be replaced. It's going to take a very, very long time for experience and skill sets that can be replaced by artificial intelligence. The most important thing is how the data will be used, but we will still need a lot of the middle management and above that will continue. Yes, the size, like what Captain just said, the size of the group may change. It will be more process driven, more data driven, optimizing decision making. But it will be more on the junior levels and certain operational or admin levels that you will see job cuts, or you would say that people will be replaced with. Which is happening in all industries, but we definitely will not be one of those retail industries where everything is going to go online. That's not going to happen. We don't see that happening anytime in the future.
Never say never.
Okay, so I think, we talked about when. Now, I think the next question is where. So, because when we look at training, capacity building part of it, so, do you think there is sufficient capacity? How are, people are being trained to harness augmented intelligence as a technology? So, your perspective on that.
So, as I said that, the industry is still getting acclimatized to the fact that, things like these will come. So, I was just talking to one of my friends and said that, there's so many incident reports that come about, right? Some accident has happened, some fire took place, so many other things that happen. And normally we used to share, like a one-pager or a PDF, saying that this was the incident, this was the case study, and this was, the inference from this incident. Whenever you would be filling up such a form for your own ship, saying that this is what happened, this was a near miss, you will have AI when all this data is fed into AI algorithms. The AI algorithm will yourself tell you, it'll make the case study for you. It'll tell you that because they've got all the data from all the SMS and everything is fed into the system. They will mention that you did not, fill up this checklist and that's why this happened. And if you want to make any modifications to a checklist, on this page, you must modify point number 4, 5, 6. So I feel that a lot of these things will change. A lot of things with procurement will change. QHSE will change. But as I said that, because there are no systems presently in the market which are doing, as I said, they are adapting. So in 6 to 8 months, you will see when these systems become, are live, people would be able to then adapt to it. However, I feel that, people have very little to do with this. The systems are, so, easy to use that the systems are only telling you what you need to do. As in, the system will tell you that this needs to be done. You don't have to actually go and learn anything. I'll give you a case in point, right? So we are building our version 2.0 of ShipsKart, a procurement platform. So you can actually ask a chatbot there that I want this at this port, this product at this port. The system will automatically create the requisition. So the whole idea of it that you don't have to learn much. The system will do, just follow your prompts and just do the work for you. So that's what I believe, that with such advanced system now, the learning would be very little. And somebody was, in one of the events, somebody asked that, if you're a captain, how do you learn about the P&L or the finance and all these other things that, you do? I said, these days, it's so easy to learn things if you want to learn, right? You can actually watch YouTube videos, you can ask ChatGPT any questions, right? So learning is not at all a problem now. I think it's just, we just have to wait for the time when these things are actually going live, with the platforms that we are talking about.
You ask when? Actually, it is very organic. It's happening naturally. It's happening. As we speak, it's happening. The organizations who do not realize or have not acknowledged the use of artificial intelligence, they are also part of it. Because it's truly organic simply because it starts from the bigger and larger organizations. If they have implemented it in some form or shape, the next level implements it. And it's a chain. As you go down the chain, even the smallest organization in some form or the other has started using it. We don't ignore, we cannot get away from it. In your day-to-day operations, in some way or the other, every organization uses it. I was talking to one of our clients who is a charterer. As they are growing bigger, and they were probably 5 or 6 employees, now they are probably 20 or 25. And the last meeting I had with them, they were talking about how they are automating their system, simply because they need to log all of their shipments, all of their chartering data, just so that they are able to optimize their processes and also their decision making. So that's how, on a daily basis, things are changing. From any industry, any levels of the segment of maritime you speak about, you see these changes happening as we speak?
I think we are short of time now. So I think just to summarize, I think there is a new word which is coined now, which is not only augmented intelligence. We talked about augmented intelligence, we talked about data systems, we talked about inclusive thinking also. But I think there's an important term that I want to coin, and I want you all to take it forward. It's called augmented leadership. And what I would request all of you to take it back is that what actually augmented leadership means to you personally. I think, according to me, if I look at how I want to take it forward is, creating leaders who are partly data scientists, partly philosophers, and eventually, pure human beings. So I think that is what, if we take back to our drawing boards, I think it'll be very important that we are data scientists, we are philosophers, but at the end of the day, we are all human beings, and we have to take this tool of augmented intelligence very carefully. So I'll just pause here and thank my fellow panelists.
Thank you.